Hi.
Hello, welcome to the Farmer's Lamp Table Talk.
We're glad you're here. Welcome. If this is your first time, if not, you'll know that we've been absent for 2 weeks.
Yes.
There's a reason.
Yeah, there's a reason. And that reason is?
Oh, you want me to tell? We do twice a year. We do a cleanse, and it just so happened that the last 2 weeks we did them. We normally do them back to back. That just keeps us from both being down at the same time. That first few days is kind of rough on a cleanse. So that's what we did.
Right.
So he did his first, and then when he was done, I started. This year, we did the master cleanse.
Yep.
It's okay. I don't like maple syrup to begin with, and so having maple syrup for 14 days in a row, with the lemon juice was just it's a little bit much for me. Now my body's to the place after we've been doing this for 12, 13 years, something like that.
At
longer,
least,
probably. Yeah, longer.
Longer. That's more like closer to 20 years.
Oh my word, time just really flies.
Yeah.
But just the smell of maple syrup, my body is like, no, we're not doing this again, are we?
Yep.
Sometimes we do a juice. We juice vegetables and fruits. Sometimes we do broth.
Yep.
And then sometimes we do the master cleanse.
Some good bone broth.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Yep. Gotta cleanse your body, at least once. Preferably 2 times, spring and fall. Give your body time to get rid of some of those toxins that the world's been giving you throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And parasites.
Yeah. It's helped. It's helped me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, looking at me, you wouldn't think I was 70.
We'll just let that one go. This week on the farm.
Yeah.
You may start.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. It has been a really crazy week here. Monday and Tuesday, it was like 70. Nice breezes. I was going around in short sleeves and short pants and, doing chores outside. We do it that way. And then Thursday and Friday, the high was in the upper 30s and it snowed both days. So, and they're changing out power lines for some reason on this stretch of road.
Because they're putting in that fiber in this county.
Oh, that's
Internet
right.
fiber.
And the fiber optics can't be on the same pole as the power lines. So we had to be without power, and they set a new pole. And of course, here in the mountains, they hit rocks, so they had to bring in jackhammers and all kinds of big, huge drills. And I felt so sorry for the guys out there, in the snow doing that stuff. But I guess that's their job. They're used to that kind of thing. So, but we got our power back after just a few hours. And so then, what else we got going on? We started another hatching of eggs in the incubator because we didn't get as many chicks as we wanted last time. So we're starting another batch of those. The ones in the brooder are very active. We had to put chicken wire over the top of the brooder instead of just leaving it open because they were flying, trying to figure out how to get out of there. So,
2 to 3 weeks, they'll be ready to go outside. The weather should warm up a little bit around that time, a little bit, so they should be able to make it in a little outdoor coop.
Mm-hmm. They're almost a month old now. They're about 3.5 weeks, and if we were in the south, they would already be outside.
Yeah.
But up here, it's so freezing at night, and so at that young of an age, they're just not able to be outdoors yet. So in about 3 weeks, they should be able. They'll be acclimated. We've been turning the heat down in their brooders, so they're down to around 80 now. By the time they go outside, they need to be used to 70s. We've been shutting the light off at night, and the first few nights they were very upset about having their sun turned off, but they've gotten used to it now, so they quit fussing and crying about that. So that's always exciting. We got our garden seeds started, the ones that have to be started, so that they'll be ready to go in the ground second week of June.
Yeah, last frost date for this area, little in the mountain microclimate, is probably around middle of June this year.
Last year it was May 31st.
Okay.
But we still did, the ground didn't warm up till the second week of June.
Yeah.
We still had nights in the 30s and low 40s until the second week of June. So we had to wait till the nights got warmer.
Yep, got the garden, small herb garden bed ready to plant some stuff, some plastic to build a little hoop over top of it. So
some cool weather crops. I'm gonna in the herb bed. I'm gonna plant, besides the herbs, I'm gonna plant some radishes, some carrots, and maybe some spinach or lettuce, something like that, just to fill that bed up, and to have fresh greens. That's always nice. So.
Right, with the price of everything that they're selling, it's crazy. So.
And then when you buy lettuce and spinach and get it home, even if you put it in a special container or put a paper towel in there with it, it's wilty.
Yeah.
It doesn't last like what you can pick here at home. It's good in the refrigerator,
Right.
for a couple of weeks or 3. So it's just a lot of difference there. So
yeah, that supply chain takes a long time, and they spray it. Even our organic crops, they spray those. Matter of fact, they spray those more. It's what I've been told by some people that are in the supply chain, more than they do the non-organic crops, because they're trying to keep them good and long enough. So they're spraying with all these chemicals to try to keep them from looking bad, so they can make it to the shelves and people can buy them. But it's getting to the place in America where you gotta really grow your own, or know a farmer or a good farmer's market and trust them, because it's hard to get good stuff.
It really is.
And your body knows the difference. You eat it for a while, it'll catch up to you. So, but we let's see, we do the cleanse, twice a year. Try to cleanse out our body for at least 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
The longest I've went on a cleanse has been around 40 days.
Yep, you do 40 days.
And your longest
31.
Been 31 days. So got to do that kind of stuff to get
and that's only been a couple of times, but we were really having some health issues. I was having some problems with my blood sugars and my blood pressures. That's why I went so long, because I was really struggling, with that. So that's why I went so long that time. I'm forgetting something that we did this week that I cannot remember. But I guess it's not really important.
It's tough to get old.
Oh, yeah. He wouldn't know anything about that, though, so yeah.
Well, this week coming up, we've hopefully we'll have Old Sayings book up for people to purchase. It's going to be probably for sale for about $3 to $4, somewhere in there, to cover all the cost of hosting it, and the programs that you got to run to publish it and everything. So it should be a good little book. It's based on one of the farmers' lamps.
Most popular post.
Yeah, most popular post this month. Tens of thousands of views this month on that post. People are kind of nostalgic, looking for a day where a simpler time, where they could, it was easy to know the difference between good and evil. They could trust what they were buying to not be full of stuff that wasn't disclosed to them. And so, a little nostalgic, I guess, but those old sayings are entertaining.
They're very entertaining. We just updated the post, so there's a lot of new sayings in there. We've just put a video in that post, a brand new video. We just finished the book, and while we were on our cleanse, our 2 weeks there that we were out, we also put out the Green Thumb Guides. Oh, that's a tongue twister. The Core 5. It's a bundle of ebooks that has tomatoes, potatoes, squash, peppers, and deep mulch gardening in it.
And that's the first bundle of the Green Thumb Guide.
Green Thumb Guides, yes.
Yep. You came up with that name, Green Thumb Guide, so you should be able to say it. But
well,
that's the first bundle, though.
That's the first bundle.
That series, and there'll be, as time permits, it's getting all the farm work done and all our work done. Try to get out the next bundle, the Green Thumbs guides, down the road, but it's going to be a little bit before we get that next one out for the Green Thumbs guide.
Yeah. I think we have a livestock bundle coming out in a few weeks.
Yeah, well, it's a poultry bundle.
Poultry bundle, yeah, that's it.
That the chicken book, I mean, you wrote that chicken book 15 years ago, maybe?
2016.
2016? Okay. 2016 when you wrote that one. That's about, I think it's over 200 pages, full of everything you need to know about raising chickens. It was on Amazon for a while for sale on Amazon. Of course, we took it down. Amazon and some of these companies getting hard to deal with sometimes, but we just doing it on our own and putting it up on our own site, and so that one will be there. And then of course that part of that bundle is the chickens, the geese, the ducks, turkeys, and the guineas.
Yes.
That's the bundle for the poultry. Yeah.
So we'll look for the newsletter, and we've had some technical issues on the site this week. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but if it's not in your realm, that's okay. But Google has done another major update and has caused some things to not be working correctly while they're getting everything ironed out. So hopefully this week I can do some adjustments, get things working properly. So if you've experienced any problems on the website, we apologize, but we've had very few.
Yeah.
Very few.
Other than that, for TFL this week, I don't really know what else we've talked about.
I think that covers it.
It pretty much covers it. Yeah, we got some videos that need edited, need put together and upgrade. We've had them sitting there, but I just hadn't had the time to go through and do all that.
Yeah, he does the videos. It's one of those situations I don't want to know how to do it because then I have to do it. So
yeah,
I don't get in his realm. And
I do the best I can.
He didn't get in mine. So
yeah, we'll get that. Hopefully we'll get that done sometime. I don't know about this week, but maybe. But we'll see how it goes.
We'll see.
And next week, goals for next week for us, we still got a few weeks before we got to put mulch on the garden. Some fresh mulch on the garden. Basically just keep the weeds down so you don't have to hoe it, every day and pull weeds every day, and then add some nutrients to the soil with other things.
Pig manure compost, we've got that's ready.
Yep.
So that'll be going on. And I was trying to think of the question that I got asked the most this week.
Yeah.
I don't know which one was the most asked this week. I suppose it would be between broody hens and the garden. So let's take a stab. Let's take a stab at it, because I didn't write it down. I said, oh, well, I'll remember that one because, we talk about that one all the time. It is the time of year for hens to be getting broody. Now, ours aren't, because the weather's been 70 and then 30 and then, 40 and then 70. So ours aren't broody yet, but it's coming. And I know my family down south, theirs are broody. So how do you bust up a broody hen? If that's something you want to do, like we said, we loaded the incubator again. That's just because it's still too cold, for chicks to be hatching out, and we're ready to add some. And then, of course, our granddaughter loves it so much. So, it's just one of those things that we're doing this year. So if you want to bust her up, you're going to have to move her off the eggs, chase her off the eggs. You may even have to put her in a cage by herself. And if she's still laying, whenever she lays, take the egg out. That's what we used to do because we only let 2 hens set at a time. So we have to we had a dog yard that Thor hardly ever stayed in. So when they would just get really broody and we couldn't bust them up, we would put them over in that dog yard. after 2 or 3 days, they would generally be okay. So different breeds, the Australorp and the speckled Sussex, they're very hard to break up because their broodiness is their maternity instincts, we would call it. They're astronomical. So they're really hard. Those are the two hardest ones.
Yeah.
To break up. The other one was about raised bed gardening. And a matter of fact, I had so many questions about that I actually put an article out this week on starting a raised bed garden. So all of your questions were answered in that article, plus some other information that I hadn't been asked about because, when I was a nurse, I injured my right hip and my back, keeping a fresh hip patient off the floor. I injured myself. And so I've always had a little bit of trouble with that. But as I've gotten older, as long as I stretch and as long as I do my exercises, I'm okay. But let's face it, life gets busy and I forget sometimes. So the stooping and the bending in the garden is difficult some days. Not so much now with the X39 LifeWave patch, but it's still, I have problems sometimes. So the raised beds are very helpful to me. And I can grow onions in a raised bed. My grandmother used to, every year, she would walk me through planting them. She would, I would call her on the phone and I'd say, okay, now what do I do now? And she would tell me and I would do it. And I just couldn't grow the onions like she did. But in the raised bed, I can. So that's pretty awesome. I'm glad I can grow onions now. But that article's on the Farmer's Lamp, so I answered all your questions in there.
Yeah.
So I hope that was helpful. Anything else you can think of?
Oh, I thought about, one of the reasons why you want to bust up a broody hen is because you want your egg production to stay at a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to procreate. You don't want that. You don't want a larger flock, but you want, to have the eggs. So sometimes, it's good to have, the means to bust them up. So, because they can, quit laying for a month,
Oh yeah. If they get broody, they would. They sure will. Yeah. And sometimes they will go off and hide, and you will think something that happened to our friend up the road. She was missing a hen, and she decided that the bear had come down and got her because we have bears here. And all of a sudden, she came out one day, and she had, like, I don't know, 10, 12 chicks or something like that with her, and she was so proud of them. But she thought the hen, something had gotten the hen, but she had hid with her nest, and so, surprise.
Yeah, they don't have much with chickens, but of course, that sounds like something a guinea would do, with their communal nest, and then just show up, with a bunch of keats in tow.
Yep.
We had a hawk almost kill a chicken a few days back, and had a few predators in this area, and we haven't been in this area a long time, but in the mountains, with the brush and the trees and the crevices of the hills, I mean, it's hard.
Boulders.
Yeah, it's hard to stop, a bear or a predator, a coyote or something or even a dog from down the road from sneaking up and being able to see it in time.
We've lost several chickens to neighbors' dogs. So,
yeah. So down south, you can kind of get, a good line of sight, and even though there's different predators, but just as many, you could kind of protect them better, I think.
Yeah.
But, we're definitely going to put some more new blood in the flock here. We've still got, plenty of eggs for us, but it's always nice to have some to help out and give somebody else too.
Yeah.
So
it's nice to share.
As far as you've already mentioned, health helps. You said about, I think that's already been covered because we talked about your cleansing. And as far as coming down to exactly how to do it, there are really some real benefits in having somebody mentor you or somebody that's done it before, or doing your own research, because there are little nuances and there's little things that you got to do right. Um, Getting ready, getting your body ready to go on a cleanse isn't real important, but you can do some little things. And then when you do it, I mean, like the master cleanse, as some people call it, that we've been doing for years. It's just that maple syrup and lemons and a little cayenne pepper, and mixing it up every morning, keeping it in the refrigerator, and then pouring out what you need throughout the day and having at least 6 of them a day. You're going to run around 200 calories. And so your body's metabolism is going to slow down, because the body is going to first try to protect itself, and it's like, I'm starving, so it's going to try to slow everything down, and then it's going to slowly, like begrudgingly, start burning some fat, and you want to stay stretching and stay active. And then in the mornings we did the saltwater cleanse on this one.
It's like a saltwater shower is what colon shower is what they call that.
Yeah, you've got to get if you cleansed and you didn't eliminate the waste, then that's going to all just sit and poison you in your digestive tract. The body isn't going to be able to get rid of it, so it's just going to move to another area of your body. So that saltwater shower, it is a quart. We just use a mason jar, a quart of lukewarm, good water. And we've got a spring here that feeds this house, so we've got good water coming out of the mountain. But we also have a Berkey, and so we just turned on the warm water and got it warm, and then we put 2 teaspoons.
Now everybody's body's different.
Yeah,
it might take a little less than 2 teaspoons or a little more. You have to play with that a little bit. But 2 teaspoons is where you start, and then within an hour, it washes out your colon. And the reason is because your body, the 2 teaspoons of salt in the warm water is the same density as your blood. And so when you put that in your stomach, your body says, oh, that's a lot of blood. Get that out of there. And so it's not absorbed. It just washes right on through the body. So that's why everybody's is a little different. Because, I mean, in just a tad one way or the other. I'm not talking about even, half, or it's just a tad one way or the other if it doesn't wash out within an hour. But ours is both at 2 teaspoons. So.
And the salt we used this time is real salt.
Yeah, we use real
dug
salt.
out of the ground. That's the name of the company, Real Salt.
Redmond's Real Salt.
Redmond's Real Salt. Yeah, they've got the best salt that we found. We've tried Celtic sea salt from France. We've tried Himalayan pink salt. We've tried a lot of different kinds of salt. That's the best salt that we've found, and we used it this time. And if your body's low on the minerals that it needs out of the salt, then it's going to absorb some of that, and you're not going to get any elimination. But once you probably by the second time you do it, you'll probably be close to the bathroom, because when it comes, your body is going to shower it out. So,
and usually it takes an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how slow your digestion is when you start the cleanse. And there's also a tea that a lot of people like to drink.
Yeah, we've done
the laxative tea. Yeah, we've done that before.
Yeah. The laxative tea that we got from, I forget what place that was. That's been quite a few years ago that we used that.
Salt water, yeah.
Yeah. We like Nature Sunshine products if we have to get certain things sometimes. They've got a bowel pill that has all the right herbs in it. Mm-hmm. I can't think of them off the top of my head.
Lower bowel stimulator. We highly recommend that.
Yeah. You'd want to do that before you start a cleanse.
Yes.
If you've been eating an American diet or you haven't done a cleanse before, you'd want to make sure that your body is eliminating before you even start.
Right.
Make sure that you're going, not like what people believe today, I went once this week. That's not healthy. But I had
a doctor tell my mother when I was a nurse, and she told my mother was saying I haven't been to the bathroom in 10 days, and she said, "Oh well, that's okay. You can go once every 10 days." And I normally don't say anything. I don't let people know I'm a nurse, but I just turned around and I said, "Would you mind repeating that to me?" And she did, and I said, "Where did you get that information from? You should go every day. A healthy colon goes every time you eat."
Yeah.
But at least once a day, everybody should go, And she got so mad at me. I just was so shocked, to hear somebody say that. But, a lot of my nursing friends, because we're on our feet all the time and we're eating in a hurry and, there's so much going on that you don't always have that opportunity. They struggled with that.
Yeah.
And we would tell them about Nature Sunshine Lower Bowel Stimulator, and it really has made a difference, in a lot of their bodies. So that's good.
And then enemas, of course, if you can't eliminate, is a tool that used to be used, 100 years ago.
Oh, when I first started nursing, we did enemas all the time.
Yeah, but now not so much. But, that's something that's cheap and easy for, you don't have to have a lot of money or, a lot of space to get that done,
it's
too.
Good for your health, yep.
Yeah.
So, that's our potty talk for this.
Yeah.
A lot of people are uncomfortable about it, but all death starts in the colon. All sickness starts in the colon. I mean, so, we've got to be willing to address it and talk about it. And we're all friends here, so that's our table talk.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts for this video?
No, I look forward to your questions this week. Remember, if you email me and I don't answer you right away, you're going to get an autoresponder telling you that it could be up to a week. That's very unusual. Usually it's within a day or two. But I will get back to you and answer any questions that you have. But I appreciate all the kind comments on Pinterest and in emails and on blog posts this week. They really mean a lot to us. You're the reason that we're here. Helping you on your homestead journey is the reason that we do what we do. Yeah. And we appreciate your support. It keeps us going and keeps us able to keep doing what we're doing. That's a lot of keeping, isn't it?
We just keep on keeping on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, until next time.
Safe and happy journey.